Hey ladies, have you ever heard the saying, when it rains, it pours? I'm sure that you have because it's a very common phrase that we use. And I think we mainly use it to describe when negative things are going on in our lives. Like one more thing, one more wave crashing in, one more breath we can't take. And we can just become very flustered and very frustrated. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I know I have. I'm Jen with My Sister and Me Ministries, and I welcome you to this week's Face-to-Face Friday as Mary Ann and I continue our writing series, Rising Through the Valley. Today we are thinking about those moments where we just feel so far from God, so far from the answer, that we just feel like we're drowning. Now, we've been going through the Psalms, and this week we are in Psalm 42. Now, this psalm was written by the sons of Korah, and I believe it's actually the first psalm that we're exploring that King David didn't write. So it's kind of exciting to see another perspective from another psalmist. Interestingly enough, this psalmist still does what David did. He talks about his problem, he cries out to God, and then he ends up praising God and telling God how good he is. And I keep thinking about that. I'm in a trial. Am I crying out to God? Am I asking him for help? And am I praising him at the end of it or even in the middle of it? I just don't do that faithfully every time. But I'm trying to get better at that because I've certainly been hit with a few waves these past few weeks. And, I'm still standing. God is still rising me up. He's still picking me up and he's still putting me on solid ground so that I can continue to soak in his word and believe his promises. And I want that for you ladies so badly. In Psalm 42, the psalmist starts out by talking about a deer panting, thirsting for water from a flowing stream. Let me read that verse to you because I think it's really important for us to focus there today. Psalm 42, it starts, as a deer pants for flowing streams, so pants my soul for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? My tears have been my food day and night, while they say to me all day long, where is your God? Where is your God? A deer does not look for stagnant, dirty water. Can I just say that? A deer knows that it needs clean, fresh, flowing water to quench its thirst. Ladies, in Scripture, we are told where we can find fresh, clean, flowing, living water. Where is it? We learned it in John 4 with the woman at the well. When Jesus visits the Samaritan village and he's talking to this woman who has had one thing happen after another in her life. He knows it all. All her good things, all her sinful things, everything about her. And he sits and he says, can I have a drink? And she says, well, how are you going to drink? You don't even have a cup. You don't even have a bucket. And he says, if you would know who you are talking to and you ask, I could give you living water and you would thirst no more. And she's still thinking that it's coming out of the well. And, we know now because we've studied the Scripture and we can look at that and go, wow, God really has something for us. Something that will quench our thirst. Something that our soul needs and can only be quenched by his word, by his love, by his mercy and grace and salvation. Where are you today? Are you in a place of thirsting for the Lord? Are you in a place of, they're using the word panting, but are you longing? Are you desiring more time with him? Are you asking yourself, where is my God? Well, here's the answer. He's right here. It says in Scripture, when we seek him, we will find him. So if we're not seeking him, we aren't finding him. I think we need to turn a mirror to ourselves and say, okay, I want answers. I need relief. I want to get out of this pouring rain. But how can I do that? By seeking him. When we're in a valley, I'm not going to make light of it. It's hard. It's a place that we think of negatively, but I want you to think of it as something more. Think of it as a place that God can use to change you, to transform you, to refine you, to use you in so many new ways. If only we are thirsting for him and what he offers. I know people have asked me that exact question in my life. Well, where's your God? Where's God now? Where is he with all this trouble that you're going through, with all the sadness, with all the tears you're shedding? And I have to remind myself, he catches every one of my tears in a bottle. Not one gets missed. Not one thing is wasted. And we know that. But can we feel it? Can we deep down inside live it? He offers us living, clean, pure, transforming water, ladies. Drink it. Drink it up. Soak in his word today. Give him time today. In his presence, you will find fullness of joy. That's what it tells us in Psalm 16. So as you dig into Psalm 42 this week a little bit more and you read through what it's like to suffer in a place where people are asking you, where's your God? I hope that you'll know the answer to that. I hope that you'll find deeply rooted answers to that. Plant yourself in his word, ladies. Soak it up, drink it up, and above all, hold fast to hope.